I want to talk to you about goals today. You see, there's some problems with goals as most of us think about them. Here's a list of those, and later on in another video, I'll go over some fixes to implement to work on these. But here's the problems, the current downfall with goals. Many individuals have goals, but they're not actually doing anything to try to achieve those goals. People think, just because they have goals that somehow they're going to magically happen for them with no work. They're just going to happen. People, they tend to set goals, put them somewhere, and then forget about them. They don't do anything to work towards the goal. Goals, lots of times we have these goals that are what we think we should want, what others, want us to want. They're not actually our own goals. And so that's another kind of a big one. And because of that, we often feel kind of constrained by the goals that we have because they're not really our goals or somebody else's goals that we think we might or we think we should want. And another thing is, even if we have a place to, that we put our goals, we're told to write them down, put them on the mirror, where we're going to see them all the time. The problem with that is it becomes a fixture. It becomes part of the background. It blends in. Think about the pictures you have hanging in your house. How often do you walk by those pictures and really take a look at those pictures? No, they're just part of the wall. Other people will see them, but to you, they just blend in. They're not helpful in that regard anymore. Another thing is we have these goals, but really to have a goal, you should be visualizing what it would be like to achieve that goal. What would it feel like? What would it be like to be that person who already has achieved that goal? Another thing is, maybe we have our goals that are relatively, defined and they're pretty clear, but we have no why. There's no why we want to achieve them. We have these goals. Maybe they're clearly defined, but they're not linked to a why, the purpose behind why I want to achieve the goal. And then, another thing is, and this one really messes people up, because everybody's going to fall off track. You're going to, start to do a little bit of work towards your goal, and then you're going to fall off track. And if you don't have a plan of action of what to do to get back on track to achieve those goals, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. You're not going to achieve that goal. Now, if you are interested in how to properly set and achieve goals, stay tuned for my next video where I go over how to implement the fixes for these downfalls.